This one, LGB Alliance CEO hits out at Olympic torchbearer drag queen and furious Erasure of Women row. Oh god, not this again. Executive of anti-trans lobbying group LGB Alliance has hit out at a French drag queen simply because she carried the torch in Paris. How stupid and pathetic, as she really got nothing else to do all day, every day. By the time the Olympic opening ceremony begins on Friday, the 26th of July, about 10,000 Olympic torchbearers will have passed through 400 towns and cities. One of those was a drag queen, whose name I cannot pronounce, who carried the torch at the museum dedicated to the French capital's history on the 14th of July. Fellow drag queens Nikki Doll and Miss Martini also took part in the historic relay. No drag queens should be allowed to be involved in the Olympics. I'm surprised they haven't done it before. Writing on Instagram to mark the honour, the drag queen said it was a unique and phenomenal opportunity. However, since being named as one of the torchbearers, she has been subjected to homophobic and transphobic insults. People shouldn't have to worry about being able to do something or not being able to do something. They should just have complete and utter equal rights with everybody else and have the same amount of reactions as other people who aren't drag queens. I told France 24 in May, one of the messages that I want to carry is that pride is my community, because 10 years ago having a drag queen carry the torch would have been unmanageable. I think it's so true. Like, is it taken so long for this to happen? It makes no sense at all. It's not offensive or demeaning to anybody. Always the anti-LGBT problem who supposedly have a problem with drag queens. And whatever it is that they think or do or say about drag queens, it's always go straight towards them being pedos when there is no real evidence at all that that is true. They seriously need to come up with another thing to start saying towards drag queens and the whole community, because it is so old and so tiring, and no one should ever be subjected to horrendous messages off of social media or messages from people in real life. And here we have the pictures of it on Instagram of the drag queen holding the torch. Their captions in French, so I have no idea what it says. I really like their look and their ginger hair. Quite tall. What's that they've got? I don't know what that is. But they're just having so much fun being a torchbearer that they should just be left alone to live their life however they want to. Oh, there's a video for this one. Why would you attack someone and cause them to be off social media or to stop doing work or cancel work because of just hatefulness? He goes on to say, however, the chief executive of the LGB Alliance, Kate Barker, and right-wing social media account Libs of TikTok hit out at the drag queen. Talking to X on Wednesday, Barker claimed the drag queen's participation was part of the erasure of women in all spheres of public life. Drag queens are not erasing women, they're not a threat to women, they're not an attack on women, they are just individual people who dress up in an exaggerated form of women and do performances. And that's it. It does not at all take a brain cell to work this out or realise this. Kate Barker tweeted, two men arriving with the Olympic flame, the erasure of women in all spheres of public life continues. That kind of makes it seem like these people are trans and this is what trans look like and what they do. They're not trans, they're a drag queen, and it's just ridiculous and thick and stupid. Did they even ever go to school? A year ago, the controversial anti-trans organisation was given the right to remain a registered charity after a tribunal dismissed a legal challenge led by trans youth charity Mermaids and supported by several other LGBTQ+ non-profit. Just how is the LGB Alliance a charity? Did they even do that? They're just causing so much hate and misinformation out there. The charity status isn't even worthy of it. How can they be supposedly helping people when they're causing so much harm and destruction? Court case was the right thing to do. They shouldn't have charity status in the first place. It's under Barker's post. Question her stance, with one person writing, "This does not erase women, adds to our numbers," she responded. "That's a bloke, stop being ridiculous." No one's questioning that the drag queen is a man. He's a man dressed up in women's clothing, and that's it. And they're doing it for performance reasons. It is purely and utterly a skill to do drag makeup and hair, and I think this person is just completely and utterly jealous of the fact that she can't do her makeup as well as any drag queen. Meanwhile, the virality homophobic account Libs of TikTok decided that having a drag queen carry the flame was a sign that everything woke turns to shit. This nonsense with woke, I don't get it or understand it, and I will probably never will. Of TikTok, you can see their tweet with the video of the drag queen with the torch. This person says, "I refuse to call this the Olympics." The Olympic opening ceremony has been organised by queer artist director Thomas Jolly. In an interview with British Vogue, he said the event would only be a success if everybody feels represented in it, which I think is true. The slogan for the Olympics and Paralympics is "Games Wide Open," which it should be.